Hello, lovelies. It's G here from Go to Thread Tarot, and I'm here to bring you another channeled message. I hope this message is finding you blessed and full of abundance, as always, my sweets, okay? So let's go ahead and jump in. Thank you guys for everything. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the likes, the shares, the comments down below. Let me know what you're thinking. How are you guys handling this current retrograde season, the continuing of almost a Jupiter. I don't think Jupiter is in retrograde, but Neptune and Saturn retrograde. And now we're in Mercury retrograde too. Whew. Okay. So we have, let's talk about solar plex chakra, and let's talk about the root chakra. We also have, let's talk about wounding. Okay. Let's talk about the sun. Let's talk about shining a light, okay, on some kind of wounding that could be here in your solar plex or your root chakra. Woo! Let's talk about a glow up. Let's talk about you having a glow up after you shine a light here and bring this kind of truth energy here. I'm going to leave it there. Let's talk more about it. What's up with the solar plex chakra, spirit? Let's hear it up with the solar plex chakra. Solar plex chakra, I said. Page of Pentacles, or Princess of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles. I feel like you've lost something. Perhaps feeling like you... For some of you, it could be that you didn't act, that you didn't take an offer, or that you didn't put some kind of action into play here. And it's left you with this feeling of like, damn, like I should have acted. Like now I'm feeling without. I should have took that opportunity when I had it. I should have made that offer when I had it. That's feeling more like coming possibly from a masculine source here. So this could be coming out of your masculine energy, or this could be coming from a particular masculine energy, either yourself or someone around you that you could be having some kind of interaction with, or you're having a lack of interaction with. That's why this person is feeling without. Justice, some kind of balance is trying to happen here and trying to come out here. I'm also feeling for some of you now, that's the more kind of like, that's that masculine energy of like, I didn't give, right? There's some kind of wounding here in the masculine energy of I didn't give. I didn't take an opportunity. I didn't produce something. I didn't make something. I didn't step forward and do something. There's also a feminine energy here, and the more feminine side of the energy of this wounding that I feel that's in the solar plex chakra is I took on something. I took something in, and it kind of impregnated me is the energy that what I heard, but it's kind of like it planted a seed of unhappiness, or this seed of this Five of Pentacles energy within me. It definitely could be that whole, the masculine feels like they did not take an opportunity, they did not put something, and that put this kind of seed of abandonment inside the feminine energy here. Yes. Spirit saying yes. And it's funny that I talked about this like impregnated energy, like I took something in and it gave me this energy here. We have the incubation card on the back of the deck of the pre-shuffle. We have the respect card, the Pentacle, respect. I did not get respect. I did not give respect with this Pentacle. A lack of respect or a lack of acknowledgement here. I was not given, or I did not give respect, and it was not reciprocated, right? I did not receive respect, so I will not be giving respect. There's some kind of like acknowledgement here. It could be an acknowledgement of power, an acknowledgement of sway. Like somebody here, it feels more like masculine energy. Somebody here that's in masculine energy is feeling like they gave their power away to something else. Like something took my power away from me. I gave my power and now I'm feeling without. With that, it's feeling more like kind of like, oh, I didn't give the respect that was owed. So a feminine left, or a feminine retreated, or a feminine was wounded. And now I feel like my power resides with that feminine. Like my power, like the feminine has taken back their power. The feminine has taken back their power, and now I am feeling a lack. I am feeling in the lack position. Because I got what I gave. I did not give anything, and I didn't get anything in return. Did I say it wrong? I did not give anything, and so thus I did not get anything. I turned my back on this person, so thus they turned their back on me. And that shooketh. I feel shooketh. Like, what do you mean? And there is this wounding here in the solar plex. And it definitely is like this kind of energy of respect, this energy of power. Respecting, it could even be like respecting someone's authority or respecting their power. I just want to say, there is a masculine here that's like, you don't understand how much power you have over me. Like your rejection, like how much power I've given to you makes me feel weak. It's like I've given my power of my confidence. It's like if you don't acknowledge me, or you look away from me, or I try to smile at you but you turn your head away. Oh, it devastates. It's like I'm devastated. Oh, I'm devastated. It's kind of like this energy of like, oh, why do I feel weak about this person? This person makes me feel weak because of how much emphasis I place on them, or how much this person could feel weak over how much they think about this person, or how much there's something here about gauging themselves off of that other person. And it's like, oh, that makes me feel weak because I'm used to playing like a game here. I'm used to offering a little bit and then snatching it back, and then having that person pursue me or come towards me. But this feminine energy is not doing that. They're turning away and they're moving away. And this person is like, oh, I don't like that. It makes me feel weak. It makes me feel disempowered. Like I'm not used to my inner, I'm not used to that. But it is there is still codependency here, right? Somebody else choosing you or being around you or acknowledging you should not take away your power from you. There's definitely a big feeling of codependent. That's a wound, is codependent. I'm codependent on whether or not you give me attention, whether or not you give me love, whether or not you give me acceptance. There's a yellow bird outside. Interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen a bird like that around here. It's like this bright yellow color. There's two of them. So I was just looking at, I was like, oh, that bird is interesting. And then I was like, that bird's like a bright yellow color. I really don't see birds like that around here. Not normally. Huh. There's a lot of bird activity happening around my house right now. A lot of birds on my back porch. Yeah. There's some kind of clearing energy happening. Somebody, I'm not even gonna lie, with this manifestation spell card, I'm getting that somebody here might have been trying to manifest you. Manifest some kind of response from you, or manifest you coming in, or manifest you opening the door, but you close the door on this person. If you're the feminine energy, you closed the door on this person. You locked it and you closed it and you put up your little protection guard right there and you said, no, I'm good. Thank you. I'm not playing the mind games. Right? There's something with this book of secrets. It's like, I know your secret. You know, I know your secret that you give this and you do this and then you try to get me to chase you, which takes me out of my power, which empowers you. No. Which gives you all the power in the scenario. It gives the masculine all the power. But it really is both of them being disempowered, because the masculine is not in the power when they are in the more feminine, you chase me energy, right? The masculine is at their strongest energy when they are doing the chasing, when they are doing the giving, right? And the feminine is doing the receiving. Passion. Yeah. And it's kind of like this quenched, right? Like I think about the traditional Five of Pentacles, which is like the people outside the church, like in the snowstorm, right? Which would be this kind of opposite of being in this like passion fire energy, right? And it's like all my passions, all my drives are quenched, you know? I don't have that light, that fire driving me. Maybe even feeling like you gave it away, like you gave away your power, or you gave away, maybe perhaps in the past you felt like, oh, well, I gave away my power to other people. And so it left me with this quenched feeling of like, I gave away my power, my sense of self to other people. And then when other people didn't reciprocate that, I felt without. I felt disempowered. Yeah, the other person, you know, I only felt empowered and only felt like I was good enough, or only felt like I was enough when I was receiving from somebody else. You know, and it's this codependent energy of feeling like I have to be getting, or I have to be being acknowledged, or I have to be receiving attention, or I have to be, you know, being chosen to feel worthy, or to feel empowered. But there is this feeling of removing that codependency, and empowering yourself, calling back your power into yourself, and saying, I don't need anybody else to choose me. I don't need anybody else to want me, or to chase after me, or to give to me, to feel this sense of empowerment within myself. I have this sense of independence within myself, and not a codependency on receiving that energy from an exterior source. You know, if it's a wounding in your masculine energy, if this is all about within yourself, right? It's like I don't give to myself. I leave myself out in the cold. I don't take care of myself. I don't show up for myself. I don't have discipline for myself. I don't organize myself and my mind and my life so it feels chaotic. I don't give to myself in the way that I should. I don't show up with the more masculine versions of self-love and self-care, right? Which is sitting down, planning, organizing, you know, driving yourself forward, having that drive, being more in your body, being more physical. I might not be showing up for myself in that way. I might not be taking care of my body, or moving enough, or, you know, connecting with that more masculine energy of myself. So it makes me feel disappointed in my lack of action, or my lack of drive to go forward. I have this wounding here because I'm always waiting to be saved. I'm this damsel waiting. It's this feeling of waiting for another person to give me that power, right? I only feel good about myself when another person is looking at me saying, hey, you're good, you know, in whatever way that is, you know. I want energy from you. I want time from you. I want attention from you. I want your body. You know, I want your money. You know, I have my sense of worth comes from an exterior, source. There's that yellow bird back again. I think it's some kind of finch. And it's funny too. Yellow, right? Yellow with the solar plexus. I can't believe it took me that long to put it together. Anyway, that's interesting. But it's about healing that wounding, right? To receive, like, I was like, wow, you have no idea how much you're going to glow up when you release this karma. Ooh, there's a lot of lower chakra energy here. Actually, I'm just playing. Because we got the sacral chakra here, the heart chakra here, the throat chakra here. Oh my goodness. Breaking boundaries. Yes, this could have been wounding that was passed down to you from your parents. This could be wounding passed down for you with your siblings. You and your siblings could all share this, or it could have been passed down from some kind of family unit here. Breaking bounds. Right? This is about your past. Let's talk about her. Okay? Y'all know who her is. Whether it not be you or whoever. Whoever it is. Breaking the bond. Sorry, not breaking. I said breaking bounds, didn't I? Breaking bonds. Could be breaking bonds with toxic family members. Breaking bonds with toxic generational patterns, okay? From the past. Given to you by your past. And this could affect, if you have a root chakra, a sacral chakra, or it's going to affect all the rest. Everything starts at the root and all your energy flows up from the root chakra, right? So if you have a wound in your root chakra or in your solar plexus chakra, which is your chakra that transmute low vibration or negative energy, you got a block or you have a wound in either one of these, it's going to affect all the rest of your chakras. It's going to affect your ability to balance out all the rest of everything, all the rest of your empowerment. Speaking of that, let's go on and keep talking about it. Let's keep talking about it. Because I feel like some of you are definitely going through this glow up because you are healing these wounds in these lower vibrational and these lower chakras. Root chakra room. 5 of Cups. Goodness gracious. 5 of Cups and the 8 of Cups in reverse. Refusing to walk away from situations that do not serve you. Refusing to walk away from losses in your past. Refusing to have like a better mindset around the losses that you've taken in the past. Think about the traditional 5 of Cups where the person is so busy looking at the 3 cups that spilled out. They have their back turned to the 2 cups that are still there. The possibility for what's really wrong. It's like, oh, I'm so hurt by what I didn't get or what I didn't receive or what I didn't have that I'm overlooking what I do, that I'm so busy focusing on all my flaws that I don't notice and don't give enough energy or time to all of the great things about me or the great things about my life. I'm refusing to emotionally cut the ties and cut the bounds from this energy that's keeping me stuck in the past, that's keeping me stuck in my wounding from what I experienced, feeling like I can't walk away, right? I just can't let it go, and I just can't walk away from how dirty I was done in the past or how bad and down I feel, right? About what happened to me or about my younger self. I just, I can't get over those feelings, those emotions. Now, it's kind of funny. We have like the pinnacles and the solar plexus, and we have your emotions and your root, right? These root wounds that you have in your emotions are showing up in your 3D life, right? These emotional wounds are showing up and manifesting in the material, in your material relationships, in your relationship with yourself, and how you deal with the exterior world, right? I feel so hurt because of the past, and because I can't walk away from this root wound that I have in the past. I manifest and continuously give to relationships that leave me, or to give to situations, experiences that remind me that I was abandoned, that I had a loss, that I took a loss, that I was locked out, left out. I keep manifesting in these situations where if you're more in the masculine energy, where you're giving, 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 and receiving nothing back. I think that's for both, honestly. It's like this imbalance of I give, I give, I give. In the feminine energy, it would be more like I keep waiting around for someone else to save me, or I keep waiting around for somebody else to give me that thing. I keep thinking that, that's there is something inside of me that's lacking. That's why I must that's why I must get from the exterior. I am missing something within me that I must fill from the exterior. But that's never, you're never, if you're the masculine, you're never going to be able to give enough. You're never going to be able to pay enough bills, or have enough money, or have a big enough house to cover up these wounds that you have inside in your root chakra. There is nothing that somebody is going to give you, or that you are going to be able to give other people, that is going to fill this hole that you feel that is inside of you. King of Cups in reverse. You keep emotionally manipulating yourself into thinking that there's something here about shutting down your emotions, or just like shutting it down, or de-emphasizing how important being connected to your emotions are. It's so painful, right? It's so painful to think about what I lost, what I let go of. And I just keep holding on to that pain. I can't let it go. I can't move on. That's the root wound. And it's because there's some kind of karma here. You need to learn the lesson. You need to receive and learn the lesson with this sacral chakra and the karma card. You need to receive this lesson that things aren't going to change in the 3D until you heal this emotional wound inside. Things will change, and this glow up will come when you heal this root wound. I can't let it go because you're not meant to let it. You're not meant to just walk away and pretend like it's not there. You're meant to look at it, heal it, acknowledge it, do something about it. And then when you learn from this wound, what is Spirit trying to teach you from this wound? Spirit is just trying to teach you that there is a wound there to begin with. And then 2, the fact that you need to heal it. Because there's something here about concentrating more on the 3D than you are on the internal, than you are on the spirit, than you are on the energy, the emotions. I want things to change in the 3D. Things will change in the 3D when you change how you feel on the inside. What did I say? Dedication. Boundaries. Come on now. When you dedicate yourself to truly cutting this away, to truly healing this, to truly learning what emotional boundaries, setting emotional boundaries with yourself, not just saying, okay, my boundary is you just need to get over it. You need to move on. You need to let go. You're never going to be able to let go by just trying to force yourself. Like, you're going to have to take the time to go inside and heal it and look at it. And, you know, and yeah, there's just kind of we kept getting that message earlier that like the only way to get through, you know, the only way to get to it, to get to your sense of power is through it, to go through it, to go through and to wade into those emotional waters, right? Yeah, there's something here about like not being able to escape it without acknowledging. It's like you're gonna have to acknowledge it. You're gonna have to acknowledge that something happened, or you know, their foundation. Yeah, you're gonna have to tap in deep. You're gonna have to tap in deep. And there's something here about too, about using this knife to like cut the cord. See how there's like a world over here and then there's a world over here. And you're gonna have to use this knife of learning what healthy emotional boundaries are, not only with other people but also with yourself, to cut and to sever that tie from this past, to cut and to sever this connection to this kind of world of pain and hurt that keeps like gripping you or having a hold over you. And you're going to have to be dedicated, right? You're going to have to really put in the work on yourself. You're going to have this kind of spiritual, emotional, physical dedication to yourself. Keep up with it. Hold yourself accountable. You're going to have to make it a daily practice of healing, of continuously healing and stepping forward and taking those steps forward. The same way as anything else, the same way that you master anything else, right? Is practicing. Anybody that's like a crazy professional that has an amazing talent is not just their natural skills or abilities, but it's also practice. It's also years and years and years, daily dedication. You're going to have to show up for yourself every day. You're going to have to be there for yourself, making those hard decisions that you know are better for yourself every day. And commit to truly healing and letting go. Is there a constellation that's a man riding a horse? Hold on just one second. Let me do a little bit of reading. So mostly it's about Sagittarius and also Centaurus, which is associated with Chiron. Like Chiron, like the wounded healer. So, yeah, it's this kind of energy of, and I said that because I got guided to look right here. And you see, I don't know if you can tell, it's a man. There's like stars right here. And then there's a man on a horse. And they're like wrapped up in like a red ribbon. energy. Energy? And it's this kind of energy of, that's why I was guided to look at that. There's something about healing, right? Being that healer, healing yourself. Also, check out your placements in Chiron and your natal chart. Okay? Especially if you have, and then also pay attention to if or what you have inside that might be in Sagittarius. Wait. Yeah. Because you might be being guided to heal those wounds. Or if you have something passing through Sagittarius right now, transits, again, like I've said before, I am not a big astrology, like, I'm interested in it, but I'm not enough to really be like, okay, like, your Chiron is transitioning through your blah, 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 whatever. I can't do all that. But, not yet. But, there is something, definitely something care about that. Pay attention to that. Pay attention to where Sagittarius is in your chart, and pay attention to your Chiron as well. Because you've got some major transitions happening right now that are assisting you in healing yourself and healing these wounds and establishing a better boundaries, and also establishing a better system of holding yourself accountable for consistent healing. Excuse me. There's also something here about Greenland. I don't know why. There's something here about Greenland. Alright, let's talk about the sacral chakra. Oh, goodness. King of Cups in reverse. Eight of Swords. With the Seven of Wands and the Five of Swords on the back of the deck. Showing themselves. It could be, you could be healing some kind of persecution wound here. Again, there's something here about shutting down your emotions, shutting down and being very controlling with who you share emotions with, how much you connect with your emotions. It's like, oh, I'm just going to emotionally shut down, or I'm going to mentally shut down, or I'm not, it's so painful that I can't look at it, that I can't express it, that I can't allow myself, I was like, oh, I need to have like this sense of control, right? It's like the survival technique of feeling like I need to have a sense of control over my emotions. I'm choosing, with this Eight of Swords, I'm choosing to keep myself blindfolded and to not be at my highest power that I could be at, because I'm choosing to run away from certain emotions. Can you pull me another card for this King of Cups in reverse, please, Spirit? Ten of Swords. Again, right? Feeling this feeling of pinning down, but it's like I choose to pin myself down. I choose to stay pinned down. I choose not to allow this energy to leave me. Or I have the tools that I need to take these swords out of my back, to stand up and to heal myself. But I choose not to. I choose to emotionally manipulate myself out of seeing healing as an option, or seeing that I need to heal this emotional wound that I have inside of myself. I don't want to see it, right? I don't want to see that I have this wound. I don't want to acknowledge that I have it. I don't want to, I hate feeling this Ten of Swords energy. But I manipulate myself out of doing the things that would allow me to heal it. And it feels more like your ego. Like your ego is, in the driver's seat and allowing, and it's saying, whoa, 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 this is way too painful. Don't look at it. Don't open that door. Don't go down there. I literally see you standing in this hallway and you're like looking up and down the hallway, and there's this one door at the end of the hallway that is like all chained up and, has like caution tape, and it's just rattle, 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 rattle. And you're like, what's that door down there? And your subconscious or your ego is like, oh, don't worry about that. Like, you can go down any door, you can open any door that you want to, except for that one. And it's like, I just keep getting drawn to that door over there. Like, it's shaking and it's, and it's quivering and it, and there's banging. Let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out. And you're just like, feel like maybe I should go open that door. Don't. It's dangerous. You can't do anything but open that door. Do anything but like honor yourself and your feelings. And this is Princess of Cups. It's a Page of Cups. It's some kind of emotional development that needs to happen here, that you're choosing to stay. You're choosing not to develop because you would have to acknowledge a very deep wound within yourself to allow some kind of emotional maturity to happen, right? It's like, oh, well, if I want to heal it, I have to really, like they say, right? Heal it to feel it. It's like I really actually have to let myself feel those emotions, acknowledge that they were there, acknowledge that it shouldn't have happened to me, acknowledge, and feel the anger or the judgment or the things, and I don't have to allow myself to be consumed by those things, but I have to acknowledge that they're there. I just can't say, oh no, I'm fine. Everything's fine. I'm over it. It's over. It's done. No, because those emotions, that wounding is subconsciously controlling you a lot more than you want to admit, a lot more than you have acknowledged, and it's keeping you with Wheel of Fortune in reverse. It's keeping you out of being in divine alignment with your truth and your destiny and where you really want to go, where you really want to head. There's this deep wounding in your in your sacral chakra. No, it's a root wound that is manifesting through your solar plex chakra into the 3D. Like your solar plex chakra is manifesting experiences that mirror back this root wound to you. You're trying your hardest to disconnect from this root wound, to run away from it, so that you don't have to feel it, so that you don't have to acknowledge it. It's like, oh no, I'll go work on this. Okay, well, that is still sitting there waiting for you to work on it. Okay. I'll go work on this. Okay, but I work on this first. I gotta go work on that first. I gotta go work on this first. Why isn't this working? Why isn't this working? Well, it's probably because you need to work on this first. It's like you can work on the machine all you want to, but if you don't acknowledge that the power cord is cut and that you're gonna have to eventually, you know, stitch up that power cord, you're gonna have to splice that power cord so that you can plug it in and the machine can actually work. The machine won't ever actually work until you fix that power cord. And that's kind of what Spirit is telling you. Like, you can work on your 3D stuff all that you want to, but you're still going to have this root wound that is causing you to manifest experiences that you really don't want. You're still going to have this root wound that is going to cause you to, and even if you did manifest things that you do want, that root wound might end up making you self-sabotage yourself out of those opportunities, or not acknowledge them for the blessing or for the opportunities that they really are, because you'll tell yourself, I'm not worthy of it. No, something just doesn't feel right. It can't be real. No, I'm not going to take that opportunity. Like, your perfect person could come and stand right in front of you and you wouldn't recognize them as that because of this root wound has you disconnected to what you really want and who you really are. Tell me about this karma card. Tell me about this karma card that's connected here to this sacral chakra. Fulfillment. Learning to fill up your cup. Learning to stop operating off of that empty cup and learning how to fill up that cup. Learning how to connect to your emotions. There's some kind of commotion. Okay. Let that resonate if it does. There's some kind, it's like noise. Loud, distracting noises. Binging and banging stuff around so that you don't pay attention to what really, there is a, oh my gosh, I've almost forgotten. Wow, you really don't want to look at this. There is some kind of emotion here that is holding a lot of your power, actually. And you don't want to admit it. You don't want to acknowledge it. You don't want to look at it. And it's holding so much of your power. There's so much of your personal empowerment that's hidden behind this. That's tied to you acknowledging this emotion or acknowledging this. And it is this that is making you, we talked earlier about the solar plex chakra, when it was, I'm looking for something exterior. This hole that you feel is this disconnection energy. And you feel disconnected because there is a wounding there. And so you're trying to find any other possible way to go around the wounding to connect in, and Spirit's like, no, through it. The only way to get to it is to go through it. Stop trying to skip steps. Stop trying to skip ahead. Stop trying to control and just go through it. Contain, exactly. Right? You're containing it and holding it inside, and it's bubbling and turning, and you don't want to acknowledge it, and you don't want to look at it, and you don't want to talk about it. But your spirit guides are here to tell you, like, we're going to protect you. We're going to walk you through it. We're going to be holding your hand the whole time. Like, we think that you keep telling yourself you're not strong enough, or you're not brave enough, or you're not ready to go through this, but you are. Everything about your life and your experiences and your soul and your higher self is telling you it's time. It's time. It's time to stop distracting yourself with every single other thing than the one thing you know you really need to heal. That's when this rebirth will happen, my love. That's when this rekindling out of this dark winter will happen. The fire will bloom again, this passion, right? You want to come out of this cold, of this darkness, of feeling without, feeling like you don't have that certain thing. That certain thing is within you. It's within you, but it's wounded. And it needs your love, it needs your attention, it needs your affection, it needs your understanding, it needs your care. It doesn't need you to be distracted and worrying about everything else. It doesn't need all of the yahs and all of the mental chatter. It needs you to quiet your mind and just listen. Listen to it. There is a sad, very abandoned, lonely part of yourself that is needing you. I just keep feeling like I was abandoned by others. Don't abandon me too. Don't you abandon me too. Awakening. There's a very deep awakening that is going to happen here in your feminine energy. You're healing some kind of root wound in your feminine energy here, but it affects your masculine and your feminine energy. And then yeah, balancing out, bringing this balance. It is going to allow this blooming of this balance of light and dark energy here. Right? It's going to be like a blooming. I said that, right? The spring energy. It's going to be like this life coming back to you. This rushing waters kind of energy. You know, waters rushing into the desert. It's an initiation that Spirit is asking you to take on. It's not easy. Oh, snaps. Snap. Okay, that's a personal message from me. Wow. That's wild. Wow. Whew. That's wild. Okay, tell me about the sacral chakra. Tell me more, please, about the sacral chakra. Oh my God. Did y'all see that? The spider literally just dropped down right in the middle of my spread. Excuse me. Why are you going to drop down? Hey, excuse me. How are you going to drop down in the middle of my spread and then be aggressive towards me? Jumping towards me, being aggressive at me. I didn't do nothing. You dropped down on me, cuz. We could be chill. What the heck? Yeah, there's like this angry. I feel like for a lot of you, there is like this case. It's showing me like a casing of anger. And inside of that casing of anger is pain. Some kind of hurt, some kind of wounding, some kind of pain. Go that way. Thank you. Oh, it's one of those jumping spiders too, you guys. Hey, bruh. Don't jump at me. He knows I'm looking at him. Cleansing. That spider just jumped and ran across my keyboard. jumped into my little cleansing bowl over there, and it's just like running around on my sage. Look, incubation. I just ended a reading that I just talked about that it's funny because the containment card and the incubation card came out, and the last message that I was delivering in the last bit of that reading was about shifting your perspective. It was, and the example that they gave me was like being in a hangman energy. It's the difference between seeing you being in a moment of pause as, oh my God, I'm being shut down, as I'm being denied, I'm lost, I'm confused, I don't know which way to go, blah, like that, versus acknowledging and understanding, oh, I'm supposed to pause, I'm supposed to reflect, I'm supposed to hermit, I'm supposed to go inside, I'm supposed to reevaluate my thought process and the experiences that I'm having right now, the people that I'm choosing to have them with. The end of that message was about self-empowerment and how you choose to empower yourself by changing your perspective. How we become the masters of our reality, how we build our reality. We are the magicians, we manifest our own reality by removing this concept of our subconscious being in the driver's seat, our ego, our shadow, our wounding being in the driver's seat. And when we change over to a sense of being much more conscious in our thoughts and understanding that that reading was the reading, which I'm uploading right now actually, was the reading, your emotions are your guide, not your master, right? And it's that kind of energy of understanding that there's so much energy that you could be getting out of allowing your emotions to guide you instead of having control over you. And when I'm not going to look at this, I'm going to walk away, I'm going to pretend like everything else is more important than listening to this or to striving towards that or to healing this. Your emotions are mastering you. They are the ones in control, not you. Please don't jump over here. You guys, I feel like this spider is trying to fuck with me. Like I don't know if it's because of the my voice, and it's like its hairs are like vibrating at the sound of my voice, but every single time oh my God, it jumped at me as soon as I said that. Stop fucking with me. Hold on. Y'all, I have to laugh at myself because that little spider almost jumped on me. And I have a complicated relationship with spiders. I used to be very terrified of them when I was a little kid. And obviously, I am trying to change my relationship that I have with spiders, right? My spirit guides like to talk to me a lot through spiders and hey, leave that spider. What are you going over there messing with the spider for? Okay, good. It's crawling out. It's crawling over there out the back door. Right? I'm trying to have more respect for things like that, right? For insects and spiders and whatnots, and respect the message that they're bringing instead of just being, and understanding that their life has meaning and purpose and all that stuff, right? So, but anyway, as you can see, look, I'm not really scared of spiders, but if a spider's trying to jump on me, it's something different, okay? You're trying to invade my personal space. And those little jumping spiders are very aggressive. They're very aggressive. They're like, I don't care that you're 800 times bigger than my size. I'll make, that's funny. That's so funny. I just don't, I don't want it to jump on me, and I don't want to have to kill it. But if it jumps on me and tries to mess with me, I'm gonna have to kill it. But it didn't. We moved it, and it's away now. So anyway, what was I even talking about? There is a deeper message here to fear. The deeper message here is that you're allowing your fear to distract you. You are allowing your fears to distract you. There is like a very deep fear of something that happened in your past coming back around. If I do this, that's going to make this thing that happened in my past happen again. Right? And so there is this my throat chakra. That was so hard to even say. Goodness gracious. So if I stand up, if I speak out, if I embrace my power, if I fulfill my destiny, this might happen. Remembrance. I'm telling you, your past self is like, your past self received a very deep wound in the past sometime when you stood up, when you spoke out, when you did something. And, again, like I said, it might be some kind of persecution wound or some kind of, again, here, I'm being so drawn. I kept being drawn to like her little choker right there on her neck. And I was like, what? But that was before the whole little spider thing just happened, right? But the spider thing just happened, which made me realize fear, right? There's this fear of communicating, this fear of acknowledgement, even to yourself, even if it's not about communicating with other people or speaking out some kind of trauma that happened to you, speaking the truth about something. It's more here about acknowledging yourself, acknowledging it, right? To understand that there is a problem, first you must acknowledge that there is one, right? If you want to face some kind of addiction or overcome some kind of habit, you have to establish, okay, so there is a problem. Something needs to be done about it. And I feel like a lot of you are at the stage where you're like, okay, I'm going to acknowledge that there is a deep problem here. There is a deep wound here. That there is a deep fear here. I need to face it. Hex in reverse. That hex in reverse of that your emotions, your emotions are your guide, not your master. This hex card in reverse was the first card out because it was on the back of the deck. It was on the back of the pre-shuffle of this. So definitely these two readings are tied together. So if you've watched this and you haven't watched that, go watch that. I know that they're both lengthy readings, but there's information for you in both of them. Intensification. That card came out in the last little bit too, where I was talking about spirit intensifying this feeling of discomfort, or intensifying. It's like, okay, look, I know that this is not the right place. I know that I'm not walking down the right path because I'm feeling this sense of discomfort. I'm feeling this sense of dissatisfaction. I'm feeling this sense of sadness, of anger, of these emotions that I don't really like. Okay, so what's at the root cause? What's the root cause of those emotions? So instead of telling myself that I'm a bad person for having these emotions and just shoving them down or pretending like they don't exist, or pretending like, no, I'm a being of all love and white light, like I don't have any kind of energy like that, or whatever, I just need to, or just striving to be that. We were talking about that in that reading too, about striving to just be all one or all the other leaves this serious lack of balance inside of you that sends you into chaos, right? Yeah, and again with this choker here, it's like feeling bound and tied down to, again, like with this 10, feeling bound and tied down. And needing, this came out too, needing to ground through this energy, to get that grounded energy. In that reading, we talked about you going outside and being more grounded so that you could go out and get this kind of like tower moment, inspiration, eureka. That's it. That's how I heal this. That's how I, that's how I focus. That's how I get past this. There it is. That's how I release this soul bond that I have to fulfill this contract. I have karma to learn this lesson. I've signed up to learn this lesson, to let go of this wounding here. And Spirit says, if you really want the answer to really how to really get down to what the original wound is, you're going to have to put in that dedication and that work, that daily working on it, that daily pushing yourself forward. Taking those one step at a time every single day towards happiness, towards healing. Because I feel like some of you here have struggled with feeling like you make steps and then you fall back, and then you make steps and you fall back, and then you make steps and then you fall back. You have that opportunity, but then you fall back into karma and have to wait for a whole nother karmic cycle to go around before you're like, oh, there's that opportunity, but I'm not sure if I'm ready for it. I don't know if I'm worthy of it. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's too good to be true. And Spirit's just like, oh my God, another round of karma before, how many times? I mean, they'll let you go on endless rounds, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. But I feel like your higher self is like, I'm done with this. I'm so tired of this. Let's heal it and let freaking go of it. Let's move on and unbind ourselves from this. Let's release our magic. Let's really allow ourselves to be who we really are again, to remember who we are, to bring in this sense of security within ourselves. Stop lying to yourself about who you are. Stop wearing these masks. Stop letting the 3D convince you that you're not powerful and that you don't have, you've had some rough experiences, and I'm not trying to take that away from you at all. You have definitely had some rough experiences that have left you with some scars, okay? But there's something big here about like not letting having that wounding or having that scarring stop you from living the life that you really want to live. Hello. From having this rebirth. From allowing that fire inside of you to ignite again and to melt all of this ice and all of this energy of feeling like locked up, right? It's like this energy of like, they're showing me like a giant ice sheet that's like frozen and like this fire kind of boiling underneath and like unlocking the sun, that sun energy coming out and shining. You see that sun here coming out and shining and like melting this kind of winter energy, which again was how that other reading started, right? There was like that winter energy that had you like locked up, and how at the end, like a spring, like a summer and a spring was coming back out, right? You have instability. And I just saw summer again here in this card in the deck as I was shuffling. You having a clearing and a cleansing of karma. Again, this card kept coming out. An invitation to remember why, remember why you felt this pain to begin with, and to heal it. To not just remember it and run away, but to heal it. Hex in reverse with homecoming. To have a return of self and to allow this kind of energy, this kind of, it is like healing this deep wound that is stopping you from feeling this sense of security and this sense of understanding. It's like your deeper connection to your higher self and to spirit was severed from some kind of wounding that you received here. You know, and it's kind of like this sense of, I'm not safe, I'm not secure, I'm not, trusted, I'm not believed in, so I can't believe in myself, I'm not capable, I'm not strong enough. That's kind of like the wounding, the kind of how the wounding manifests itself within you. These kind of feelings of, no, I'm not strong enough, I can't. Familiar guardian, but spirit is saying that you can. That they are guiding over this cleansing and this clearing of this energy with you. Yes. And this kind of return of this pentacle energy. We talked about that in the very beginning. Feeling like this deeper kind of like respect energy. It's given me this kind of energy of like, I've been watching over this for you until I felt like you were ready. That's what it's kind of giving me. Until you've stepped into this cleansing energy, I've been watching over it and holding it for you. But now is the time. Now is the time for this pentacle to kind of be returned to you or to be awakened within you. Incubation. You've been growing for long enough. You've been hiding for long enough. It's time for you to, give birth to this energy once more. Your true power, your true source of power and inspiration has been hidden from within you for long enough. Contained. Hello. It's been contained within you for long enough. This kind of fertility, that flame, that fire energy again. It's been locked away for long enough. Exactly. It's time to cleanse it away. It's time to let go of it. Yeah, because it's kind of giving me this kind of like boiling over, bursting, this kind of like bursting out of you kind of energy that it's giving me. Yeah. You're feeling this kind of tick, 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 tick time kind of energy because this soul contract is like, it's time. It's time. It's time. It's time for cleansing. Come on now. It's time for you to wade in the water and to allow this cleansing to happen. And that's funny because we had something very similar to this, was like the Empress card in here, where it was the woman laying out by the water, and there was the waterfall. There's the waterfall that's in the background in the Empress card. Yeah. And I just heard that, like that wade in the water. Wade in the water. Again, broomstick clearance. Clear it out. Cleanse it. Clear it. Allow this door to open. Again, I talked about, right? The door that's locked and closed at the end of the long hallway. Open it. It's kind of like you're cleansing away all of the blocks and everything that are here, stopping this doorway from opening. You see, it's the door that's closed and locked. It's kind of like this. Sweep it away. It's not like you have not been doing anything. Spirit's like, I don't want you to feel like I'm telling you haven't been doing enough or you haven't been doing anything. I'm telling you that now is the time. You've swept all up and down this hallway. You fixed everything else on the machine. Now it's time to say, okay, I guess I finally have to, I've swept this whole hallway, I've dusted, I've mopped everything, I've bleached out everything, I've wiped down all the door handles and polished everything and done everything and took a toothbrush and scrubbed all down the side. I guess it's time for me to finally unlock that door and open it up. It's part of the contract. Now is the time. Follow this with mind and heart, and merry ye meet and merry ye part. Exactly. Part, right? It kept talking about cutting this off, cutting off this old cycle and allowing a new world to be born within you. To heal this part within you so that you may cut this off. Uh-oh. I'll put this. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, I put this stack back in here upside down, and Spirit got me to half right on where this whole stack was upside down in there. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit will put you right sides up. Spirit will put you right sides up. Get into this. Get into it. With this shadow work energy right here. So that the cycle can come to an end. Come on now. Cycle in reverse so that the cycle can come to an end. Alright, I'm going to read because I felt guided to, and you're going to have this glow up energy here. Right? Like Spirit's been talking about, this kind of return of this flame, this passion, this drive energy. It's going to come back. Your fulfillment is going to come back. Pentacle. Excuse me. There it is. My gosh, I looked over it like so many times. And that could be it for you too. Spirit is saying like it's right there in front of you. You've looked over it so many times because you were distracted. You were concentrated on other things. It's time to let go of all the things that were distracting you. When you wish upon a star, 5 points tell of who you are. Where with pride respect is key, as you honor its sanctity. This magic is worked with harm to none, so mote it be. There it is done. The witch has always wished for a respectful understanding between themselves and others who are unfamiliar with the old ways. Pentacle shows up with great reverence to remind you that wearing this sacred amulet shows the world who you are and the path you have chosen to walk. Pentacle is not to be feared, for it is a sacred representation of connection. Come on now, reminding us that we are at one with the elements and all. The star should be worn with pride and a sense of loyalty to not only that which you fully believe and trust in, but also for the ancestors who were persecuted for never wavering from their commitment and truth. When you have honor and respect for all that you do and all that you are, so too will others see you in the same light. As you stand strong in your convictions, so hold your head up high and show the world your respect for this sacred symbol and for the true ways of all those it represents. I said that, right? So what is needed? Respect, understanding, dedication. Don't be afraid to be who you are. Don't be afraid of what in the past might have got you persecuted, or even here now in the present time. I'm different. I'm this. I'm that. I'm not like my family. That thankless job. I can't remember if that was this reading or the past reading that we talked about, right? Sometimes breaking toxic generational cycles is a thankless job. because it might take years for you to see the wow, you being different. You know, you might have friends and family that never acknowledge the sacrifices and how important it is, but you will see. You will see it. You will see it in the changes in your life. You will see it in the changes of the experiences that you are manifesting into your life. You will see it in the quality of life that you live, unapologetically living as who you are. You will see it in, if you choose to have future generations, to have children, you will see it in the difference in the way that they feel about themselves as you raise them to have respect and kindness for themselves, and to see the difference of knowing that you handled the burden and did not pass it along to them, that you freed them and yourself from this shame, from this I must hide who I am. I'm not allowed to love and freely accept myself for being exactly who I am. Hmm. Be respectful of yourself and others. Your powers will increase as you stand firm in your convictions. Honor and work with all that the pinnacle represents. Wear a pinnacle or a pentagram with pride. Respect magic. And we had that candle magic card, right, where I talked about bring your magic, you know, like speak your speak that magic, speak that power back into yourself, back into your magic. Wow. Hagina, goddess of healing who represents the five elements. It is also the secret symbol of the goddess Ishtar. Mama, come through. Okay. Wow. Used as throughout the ages from the Mesopotamian and Babylonian, the pentacle is invoked for its power of protection, strength, magic, and ritual. So many synchronicities in that for me, for sure. Amazing, you guys. I know that these readings are hard, especially when you feel like all you're doing is working on yourself and all you're doing is healing, and you're like, I know, spirit, I know that that there's more to heal. I know that there's more to do. But you will never regret taking this time to heal yourself and to acknowledge who you are and to be proud of who you are. Yeah, I just heard somebody say, I'm done hiding. I'm done hiding. I'm tired of hiding. Hell yeah. Whew. I've really enjoyed. They've been heavy, but it's a lot of transmuting. But I've really enjoyed doing these readings that we did today. Wow. Heavy stuff, you guys. Heavy stuff. But you're doing the heavy lifting. When you're doing the heavy lifting of doing that light work of breaking those generational, toxic curses or generational toxic mindsets, breaking those holds the principalities have over you and your family line and over your soul. Come on now. Breaking away from that shadow energy that tells you you're not allowed to be yourself and love yourself for who you are. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Thank you for the healing work that you're doing not only on yourself and on your family line, but in the inevitable healing that your work is creating here, and the changes and the rippling effect that the work that you are doing has here on the collective, on the consciousness, on earth, on Gaia. You know, your spirit guides, your ancestors, Gaia herself, the collective human consciousness is grateful for the work that you are doing. And your spirit guides, your ancestors, they're so incredibly proud of you. They're so incredibly proud of you for all of the work and everything that you have been doing. And even though sometimes in the 3D, it can feel very thankless, it can feel very much so like, what am I even doing this for? You know, I'm doing this to heal myself, and it seems to be causing bigger rifts between me and people that I love, or me and my family, or me and the way things have always been, and how I just want things to be healed. But we're here to plant something new. We're not here to continue the same old as the past. We're here to be different. You were born to be different. You were born to change things. You were born to shake things up. You were born to cause that difference here, to be that different one, to be that standout, to be that black sheep, to be that loner energy. When you are here to break those cycles, you're not going to be like the people that surround you. At least for a time, right? And when you break out of those cycles, and when you break out of those old paradigms and those old principalities, you can truly allow your true power to shine. And then those who really frankly deserve to be in your presence, you know, create that space around you. Create that space around you for yourself to grow and expand into, and create that space around you for those who truly celebrate this new version of you to have a place to step into your life, to have a place by your side. Set your intentions and hold them high. Hold yourself in high regard, because you're doing some crazy work here. I see it. I feel it. I see the movement. I see it. Because I tell y'all, how proud that I feel when I feel the energy difference in this channel, just in the not only in myself, but in you guys, right? Because I'm not only pulling these readings for me, but I'm pulling, you know, obviously I'm pulling them for you. Well, it's more like the other side, you know, the other way. I'm not only pulling them for you, I'm pulling them for me as well. And they help me develop, and they help me, you know, you guys help me realize so much about my spiritual journey. And I'm so incredibly grateful. Not only to my spirit guides, but to your spirit guides and our community as a whole. Like, I'm incredibly grateful for the journey that I have gone on so far. And I'm really excited about, you know, how much work I can see in myself, and I can obviously see here in the energy as I'm pulling these cards for you guys is amazing. And I just look so forward to what the years to come have, because if you make as much progress as you've made just since I started this channel, just imagine, you know, in another 3 or 4 years where you'll be. I know you can feel down and you can feel worn out. And again, like I said, it can feel thankless sometimes. That's why I'm always telling you guys how proud I am of you, how amazed I am by your journey, and how hard you're working, you know. I know it might sound sad, but for some people I might be the only person saying that, because I'm the only person that you could be sharing, or that could really see you. And I just want you to know I do. I do see you. I do see the work that you're doing. I do see how much and how hard you're trying, and how different you are. And I love it. I love how weird and different and kooky you guys are. It's awesome. It's freaking awesome. You know, it warms my soul to see you guys striving for more and striving for better out there in the world, and striving to make not only your life but other people's lives and the world in general a better, more high vibrational place where more people like us can feel like they have a home, can feel like they have a place. I think I talk about this every once in a while on the channel, but I just think like what progress we've made as humans. I know personally, and I know some of you probably do, that even just a few years ago, I wouldn't have been able to do this, not only because of the internet not existing, but also just being persecuted, being openly using tarot cards and talking about the progressive viewpoints and things that I talk about. You weren't always so able to freely speak those things and speak your opinions on things, and how blessed I do feel, no matter how worn down I can feel sometime by the world and the state of it that it's in. I reach for that understanding that it's getting better. It's getting better, and things are changing. It takes time. It takes time. It takes lifetimes, to change society as a whole. It takes generations. It takes lifetimes. It takes a lot of effort. And I just want you guys to know that I see you, I feel it, and I'm very proud of you, as always. Thank you guys so very much for being here with me, for choosing to walk this part of your spiritual journey with me. I'm incredibly blessed and grateful to have you here. Thank you for being here. Please like, share, subscribe, do the YouTube things. Comment down below and let me know how you guys are feeling it, how you're handling it. How's all the retrogrades treating you? Are you struggling? Are you doing okay? Thank you to your angels, spirits, guardians, ancestors, masters, and guides, as well as God, for guiding you here to get this information. I hope it gave you the love, light, or clarity that you needed. Thank you also to my angels, spirits, guardians, masters, ancestors, and guides, as well as God, for guiding me through delivering this message and keeping me safe while I did so. I appreciate you guys as ever, as always. Thank you guys. Keep marching forward. Keep doing your thing. I see you. You're doing amazing, sweetie. Okay? Keep your head up. Okay? Keep your head held up. Mind your business. Drink your water. Okay? And keep pushing yourself forward. Rest when you need to rest, right? Rest when you need to rest, and just keep both eyes open, okay? I really appreciate you guys, all right? And we'll see you, lovely. Oh, yes, if you forgot to get a personal reading from me, of course, or any of the other services I offer, that contact information is down below. I will see you guys in the next one, okay? Bye!